All right, welcome to the stream. It's another stream, another Monday. This is the first stream of the week. Excited to start today. Oh, hold on, let me mute this. All right, so today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making some low poly art inspired by another Blender artist that I saw online. I linked them in the description, but I'll show you here their art. So basically it's this art here. It's low poly. They have a lot of videos that they made that look really cool, different characters from different franchises. Low poly art, like simple textures, like it's actually pretty cool. So definitely check them out. Nupsu, Nupsume. Because yeah, this is where I got the inspiration from. So we're gonna be making something like that. All right. Thank you, Nupsu. So the low poly art that we're gonna be making is a little character here. And it's a character for a VTuber that I know and love, Spooky Monstera. We're gonna be just making a little chibi version, little low poly version. So maybe we can use that as like an emote or like a subscribe animation, something that we can like reuse for like different stuff. So pretty cool. That is you, Spooky. I'm hearting my own. See those hearts? No, probably not. Look at all these emojis. All the YouTube emojis are so funny looking. The heart? Is this the heart? I can't tell. It sucks that my chat does not read them. You'd think that they would read them. There has to be a setting where, like, I gotta Google it where we could see it there. Anywho, let me drink some water here. Let me drink some coffee. Maybe it's an OBS plugin or something. Nah, I think Streamlabs should be able to do it. I bet there's like a setting that we're missing. Because just why wouldn't they incorporate it? It just doesn't make any sense. Streamlabs is supposed to be the streamlined version. I put the coffee in for like a minute. And honestly, after like 45 seconds, I think the coffee's gonna explode like in the microwave. I just like start sweating. I'm like, oh no. Did I put this on too high? Or for too long? Woo! Okay. Hot coffee mod. Throwback. That was honestly where we probably peaked at gaming. All right, so let's start. I think what's pretty cool, what I've done so far is that there's like themes in the extension shop that I didn't know existed, and I used one of the themes. This is a very nice blue theme, and I just think it adds some extra fun to Blender. Like if you do any sort of writing with different color pens and pencils, it does add some sort of like mental dopamine thing. But anywho, yep, let's take all this off. Okay, we deleted everything. We're gonna make a camera. We're gonna hit Alt R and Alt G. We're gonna rotate it. Oops. Ooh. We're gonna rotate it by 90 degrees on the X axis. Hold on. Rotate X 90. Why isn't this working? Oh. 90. We'll put our cube back in here. A silly person. I erased it and I brought it back. We'll do this by the Y. We'll do another viewport here. and we will do, why would it do that? There we go. There we go. We'll do the camera. We'll make it so it's dark. We will make it square. So let's do that. Settings here in the output settings. We'll do 1080 by 1080. We will put this on rendered mode. We will get rid of all this stuff. We'll take off the header. We'll hit home on here. And yeah, we'll have the zoomed up front version of this. Pretty cool. And then for the background, let's do like a gradient background just so it's fun to look at. So I'm going to bring up the menu here. We'll do the shader, bring the world. If you have Node Wrangler installed, hitting Control T gets you most of the nodes that you need. We will do a separate XYZ. And then we will do a color ramp. Color ramp. Cool. We'll do it on the Z axis. We'll connect it. Nice. And then we will maybe do a divide. Nope. The math divide. We'll do a divide. Math divide. And we'll connect that. Or is it a divide on the distance? I think we're dividing the color. Pink. Let's do a divide on the vector. Divide. You know, I've done this 100 times and I always second guess myself here. So do this. We'll mute this. Set a location. Yeah, should be location. We'll set this to 1. Oh, this does the same thing. Oh my god. Right? It does the same thing. Is it afterwards? My god, I'm confusing myself. Silly, silly, silly. Let's put some snapping on here. We'll snap this stuff together. Control X. Maybe it's afterwards. Let's do a divide. Math divide afterwards. Go. It's fine. I don't care. All right, so we have the background now, which is, if we look at it in rendered view, you can see that the top is dark. Maybe we'll make it a little sky texture. Her hair is green, so maybe we'll do blue. So we'll do like a light blue up here, and then maybe we'll do a dark blue. If you hover over your mouse over the color and hit Control C, that actually copies it. Pretty neat. So if we hit Control V over it, we'll do the blue. And then we'll just lower the value here, make it like a darker blue. Maybe lower this. Nope, don't lower the saturation. Just lower the value right there. And now we got a gradient from top to bottom. We're going to flip it. So we're going to click on this little icon here, and we can do just flip the ramps. Flip the ramp there. And it gets darker while it goes up. We'll continue to move this down like this instead, and then for this will decrease the saturation. All right, that's pretty cool. We got generated. I'm gonna try one last thing. Vector math. That's if I multiply. There it is. That's where you put the math node. Right before everything. So we'll do that. Then we can like make the transition less, and then we can bring this up, and then we can have like a better a starker transition, or maybe we'll do it the other way. Transition's a lot nicer there. Cool. Some interesting views or for the color ramp. If you change it to B-spline, it's like much smoother, which then we can like bring down. You can see that it doesn't even turn into the dark blue that it is. We put that down here, and it's the dark blue, but the transition's a lot nicer, right? And then another interesting thing of this node, of the color ramp node, if you hit RGB, change it to HSV or like HSL, it usually has cooler effects. Like, look at that. That blue, that, hold on, figure it off here. Okay. So yeah, that blue in that background, if you change it from HSL to RGB, you can see that this one's desaturated. This one's better, but HSL, it keeps that like strong saturation, which is kind of nice. Just to make sure, I go into my render tab, color management, make sure that your view's on standard. Usually when Blender starts, in the view, it'll be AGX, and you can see how much washed out this is. AGX is like a true, I don't know what the term is, like true value. It's usually used for like VFX and stuff, or like a render that you're trying to make that's supposed to be realistic. But we're just gonna use standard light. That gives you that color. Change that HSL. If we change it to near, this is where it gets weird. If we hit far, we can like, it'll go from like, it'll transition from the color like counterclockwise. So it'll go like the other way. Like if you know like the color wheel, that's pretty interesting. Clockwise, near and clockwise are the same, and then counterclockwise. I think these are just explicit, and then this is like dynamic on the point of like, you know, what direction it's actually going for. So we'll just do near, which is nicer there. So we got that nice juicy color. And what else are we doing here? So cool. So we divided that. We got that. We got our background all nice looking. I think this theme is kind of interesting because the noodles that are selected are red, and usually I read that as like it's not working. So I wonder if that'll throw me off later. I'm gonna save. Don't forget to save. Okay, so we got that, and that's usually the background setup I always use, like that gradient color. I just really like it, because then we can add in like a node after the color ramp, which is color, hue, saturation. We'll order this up, organize this, and then if we hold, is it control? Oh, the shift. We could go through different colors stuff. Doesn't do the greatest job transferring it, but and if you ever want to just not see a node, you'll just click the node, hit M. That'll mute the node. That'll work both on the compositor or any sort of nodes that are in Blender. Just hitting M mutes it. You can see that it's gray there. Anyway, so that is our world gradient. For funsies, maybe we can like, maybe we change the middle color to something else. Oh, this is where it gets weird. What if we changed it to back to RGB? Kind of interesting. Linear, cardinal, ease. There's some purple in there. Goes like a purple blue. Okay, let's go back to HSL. Erase this one. We'll give it blue for now. Okay, so we got our square, which we don't like anymore. Goodbye. So here's our camera. This has keys. And you can see that we're in our world now. I'm gonna put a ground plane just so I'm able to see what's going on here. I'm gonna bring this up or down, I should say. Honestly, we'll keep the plane where it is. It's at 0, right? We'll check it, 0, 0, 0. We'll actually bring the camera up. Right, and the camera, I always like to choose one of these settings. Really doesn't do anything different. I just like adding it. So we'll do like the red dragon or something. Bring this back out. I'm going to make this face whiter so it takes up kind of like the plane there. Honestly, we'll scale the whole thing. There you go. All right, we're just still setting up our area here. Cool. And I think now I'm going to switch the shader editor to object, and we're going to just add this material here, and we're going to call it ground. And we're going to just use emission shaders. So for the, I'm going to delete that shader, hit Shift A, shader, emission, because really I just want it to be a color, and I'm not really going to play with the lights right now. So we'll just do emissions, we'll plug that in. Now it's white. Maybe we'll make it into a gray color. Maybe we'll add a little green to it. A little purple, actually. A little green. Indecisive here. Okay, so we got our ground plane, we got our setup here, we're feeling good. We got our camera. I'm gonna hit C while my mouse is over the outliner, and that'll create a collection, basically a folder that we can put our objects in, and we'll call this main. And just for fun, we'll color it green because I like it, and then for the utilities, we'll do purple. And we'll call it utilities. Usually I will put cameras and lights in there. So we'll call this ground. What's interesting about naming an object is that like the data itself is not named. So if you see like this little icon here on the right side, that's like saying that inside of this quote unquote like folder type object, there is data that is a mesh. And like for this one, this camera, there's information here that it's a camera. You can go to the button here where it says data, and you can see that it's called plane. Wonder why they don't just make it so like the name of the mesh is the same name as the thing that it's made. Sorry, the name of the mesh matches the name of the object. I'm sure there's like a add-on or plugin that you can use to like have that be automatic. I just think it's interesting to not have that. Sometimes when you transfer these objects to like a game engine or something like that, it'll just have a bunch of like mesh.1s, mesh.2s, mesh.00 or whatever, because it's reading the mesh data instead of just having the object data. Cool, so we got all that. I'm gonna go to file. We're gonna make sure automatic pack resources, clean up, purge unused data. So there are all these objects in the folder or in this project file that aren't even used anymore, and I messed that up. So I'm going to go and get that picture back. There we go. And then yeah, we're gonna pack that up. We're gonna put a little shield on this, and that'll make it so if I ever purge when I do that purge again, it won't erase this, even though it is not technically being used. It is shielded from being purged when not in use. I like to do this a lot so I can keep my like I don't know, project files small and clean. Another thing I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go into this, make sure this is at 60 FPS. And I'm going to put the timeline to 1. Sometimes I hit like the play button and it'll like be playing. I hate that. So we're going to put the 1 there. Okay, so cool. We got this object, it's a ground, and now we can start figuring out that technique that the, what is it, Nupsu uses. They do very low poly stuff, and I think it's very cool. So let's see how we can start this. So let's start with the head. Let's do a mesh UV sphere. I don't think it's a UV sphere that they use. So let's see if we can lower the segments here. Yeah, it's definitely not a UV sphere. I think it's like a rounded circle. So, or subdivided cube. So we're gonna delete that. We're gonna do the cube. We're gonna add its own material in here. And also something I'm gonna do is I'm going to just go into the material preview, because not material preview, the solid shading mode here. because what I like from the solid shading is when you click on this little icon, you can click on cavities and you'll be able to see these edges better. I wonder if it'll be useful. It may not be. We'll bring those cavities up. Okay, so we got those cavities. And now we can add in the subdivide. You can either do control 1, so if you hold control and press 1, that'll actually subdivide the object that's selected. But what it's actually doing is it's adding this modifier. You could just do it the long way by clicking here, doing edit, generate subdivision surface. It'll subdivide it there, and you can see that our object is here. Cool. So we got our object there. I like how it looks. I'm going to apply this modifier. There's 2 ways to apply modifiers. You can like click on this little button here and hit apply, and then now you can go and edit it. If you wanted to edit the individual points while keeping the subdivision, you click on this button, this view button, on cage, adjust cage, modify results. So I'm able to actually click on these dots, even though, or these vertices, even though technically they aren't there. They're non-destructively being made by the modifier. If you don't select this, you actually select the object's original vertices, and then that's how you control the points here, which I think is a interesting way to work. I've used both. But anyway, you can do that, and then in object mode, you can also right click, hit convert to and mesh. That'll also apply the modifier. So that's fun. We're gonna bring this up on the Z axis here. And then we're gonna bring our camera back out. So I'm gonna click the camera, hit G, hit Y, and then bring it back a little bit. And then I might shrink this a little more. When I get really close to this object, it gets distorted. So I could look at this in orthographic view, but I don't wanna. How do we do that again? Is it under... It's 5, isn't it? Yeah. Hitting 5 changes the perspective to orthographic or perspective. I think I might work in orthographic. Cause this is gonna be like a low poly thing. I'm trying to remember the other place on how to change the view, change it to orthographic. I just like to show the multiple ways that you could do stuff, because some people like using the shortcuts, some people like clicking a button. And I'm like that way too. Definitely a view in here. Here. We could search in this, right? Ortho view. Okay, so it is 5. I wish I knew where the actual like setting is here so you can see it. If anybody out there knows, just put it in the chat. So anyway, we applied that, got it selected. We're feeling good. Instead of doing orthographic view for me, what I'm going to do is just increase the focal length of the view to 120. I don't know why I like doing that over orthographic, but I do. So, all right. So we got our view here, and then let's add in a material, and we're going to call this, you know, low poly or head or something. Low poly. We'll do that, and then we'll add in a node. And the node that we're going to add is the emissions for now. Later, we're going to be editing a texture. But yeah, we'll do emissions. We'll kind of give it the skin tone. We'll hit this little dot here, and we'll just pick a skin tone color there that I just picked off the image. Okay, so let's see if I know how to do this. So we're just gonna edit some points. Actually, since this is mirrored, I'm gonna do a mirror modifier in this. It's going to be the same. So I'm going to go to front view. I'm gonna go to wireframe. I'm gonna hit 1 to go to vertice mode. Hit B and then select these vertices right there. Now let's do the other side. These vertices right here. And then I'm going to do a modifier, generate mirror. And then I'll select that view so I can edit both sides if I needed to. Then another thing is I don't want to see this camera here, so I'm gonna take off extras. That should help me hide the camera. Cool, let's get out of this mode. Let's go into this mode and let's see if we could just do some editing here. I'm not sure how. I just watched like a few of Nupsu's videos and I'm like, maybe I could do that. Let's see if I can. Looks like they always seem to like flatten out the face a little bit, like bring out the chin. Oh, I forgot to do something. I hit clipping, so it'll always stay connected together. All right. There we go. That's gonna be, that is the front, right? Cool. And then maybe we'll bring this up. Maybe we'll select all of it and make it a little taller. I don't know. Maybe that's like, maybe that's a little much. Regardless, let's just block it out first. So, okay, and then I think they use a cylinder for a neck. So let's throw in the cylinder for a neck. Let's actually make this a little smaller and shape it out again. I think I'm overthinking this. I'm not used to working in low poly, so this is like a first for me. All right, let's add in, we'll call this head. We're gonna hit M, go to new collection and call it, the VTuber name is Spooky Monster. There we go. All right, we got the head. Now let's add in a cylinder. And I think for the neck, they use kind of like a, I think it's just basically a cube though. Maybe not. That's a cube. We'll do an octagon for now. So we'll shrink that up in edit mode. We'll bring this up. And with D, we're going to select the low poly skin. We're going to name it .000, but then we're also going to hit new material so that we'll increment it up. Now it's its own material, and then I'm just going to pick a different color. Maybe like something dark, maybe? Cool. So we got that going on. We got the neck. Let's see. What do they do for the body? I'm going to do, I want to remember. So let me see what they also do. I'm going to look at their video right now. Nupsu's video. Definitely check them out in the description. Let's see. There, actually, they use more polys than this in this one. Okay. Okay, they use the amount that I use for the neck. Then for the body, they do a little. Oh, they use a cylinder. I think they subdivide it. Maybe they don't. All right, I think we got it. I think we got it. We'll keep going. I hate that this is added here, so we'll do that. Go here. Okay. Now let's see. What does a cylinder subdivided look like? Be subdivided by 1. I think they might be using cylinder. Right. We'll shrink this up. We're gonna make the little chib's body. here. We'll give it a material. Bring all of it up. This. Sometimes like legs, but let's shape out this body. We're going to apply this, convert the mesh. Let's do another trick here. I'm gonna go to wireframe. I'm gonna select the ones on the left. Hit vertices. All right, let's just vertice that. Okay, and then there's a trick here. I think it's Control M, X. Oh, that just mirrors it. Control Shift M, Control Alt M. Oh, there's like a shortcut here to do this fast. Interactive mirror. I guess it doesn't have a shortcut. You could make it a shortcut though. Anyway, that adds the mirror modifier. We'll make sure the clipping's on there. We'll go back to this and let's edit the body. We're gonna do proportional editing. So we're gonna go up here, click on proportional editing. We'll do sphere for smooth. We'll shrink it. Now we can do some shrinkage. Go. So that's selected. I think I want this little character to be like 2 or 3 heads tall, so I'm gonna duplicate this head here. And we're just gonna use it as a reference, so we're gonna bring it over like this. We're gonna use an array. We're gonna bring it down. We'll bring it down -1. Okay, 3 heads tall. Think we got this. We're gonna bring all this upwards until the 3 heads. Maybe that's too tall. They usually do 1 head tall, 2 heads tall. So let's actually decrease it by 1. All right, now let's get everything down. All right, there. So we got our height. I'm gonna change the color of this to black. Okay. Cool. So I think we can continue now. Okay, we're gonna continue. We got that. Let's do cylinders for legs. I'm gonna duplicate this cylinder and I'm going to bring it down here. I'm also gonna add in a mirror modifier, generate mirror. And in the edit mode, I have 2 leggies. We're gonna do control, is it Alt S? Yeah, Alt S does, what is this called? Shrink? Doing like a shrinking. Down the leggies. We'll bring them up. And then just for my sanity's sake, I'm going to make the origin to the 3D cursor here. Then we can. All right, let's keep it going. Right. I think we got the legs down. Let's add stuff. Keep editing the body. Going to Y. There you go. Back here. Right. I think I'm going to choose the bottom face. We're going to get rid of this ground for now. I thought it would be helpful. It is not. I want to go underneath. Like that. We're going to shrink it. Oh no, we're going to make it bigger. Let's shrink the top half. That's usually how chibis are done. They're kind of like a teardrop shape. All right. And go. Got little feetsies. Okay. Bring these points up. Oh my god, I pressed the wrong button. What? It looks like there's some extra points here. I'm gonna hit M and then we're gonna do by distance. Okay. Why am I faces here? That's good. There's something going on in. Yeah, there's like an extra face in here. Go to face mode. Okay, see how we're selecting that? What is going on? Extra face going on. The stupid stuff that happens all the time. It's hard to tell, but there's like an extra face in here. I'm gonna erase it. What this looks like. Face. I think I hit F one too many times. Face. An end on. May have to do this a different way. Oh, this is a triangle. Okay, what if we hit K? This. Go to delete face and then we'll bring back the merge. Okay. More sense. I think this is also happening on this too. We're gonna hit K. Silly stuff. Okay. All right, we'll unisolate that. All right, and now we'll keep going. We will bring this down. Realize that this neck thing is way too big. We'll do Alt S. We'll do S and then Shift Z. That'll do the thing I want. Scale it down. Scale it down. Bring it down. And then we'll bring the head down. Little short neck there. For this camera, let's bring it down a little bit so we can see it. Cool. All right, let's keep going. Let's see the front half. Bring this down. Down. Honestly, let's just fix all these. I think we could fix this. We're gonna hit S, Z, and then 0. That'll flatten out those faces. See that we have this extra face here. There we go. Now we can select these faces. Bring them up. Scale them down. Oop, back to clipping. Scale them down. Like I said, what we're trying to aim for right now is like a little teardrop. I'm going to select these faces, and we're also going to scale them on the scale Z 0. We flatten that out. Up. For this line here, I'm gonna hold Alt, click on it, and hit G twice, so it'll kind of like slide it up more towards the center here. I think I'll do the same here. Select all the faces. We'll scale them up. All right, and then I'm gonna go look at the reference also. Once again, got inspired by Nupsu's videos here, and Nupsu's videos, the link is in my description. You can see the stuff that they've made so far. I'm just looking here to see how they did some parts here. Okay, they use a thing, and then they split it up. They do the two leggies. Oh, they put little shoes on there too. Oh my god. Circle for hands. Okay. Well, let's keep it going. I think we're on the right track here. So another thing we'll do is we'll bring all this down. The leggies, we'll bring our reference here to the side. And then we will duplicate this, go to edit mode, and then this. Oh, let me scale this up. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna scale it up towards like as big as the torso. We're gonna do this, maybe a little less. Because we're gonna put like some ball fist on there. There we go. And then, you know, maybe we'll, not maybe, we'll add in another cube. We'll subdivide it. We will apply it. We will shrink it down. We'll bring it over here. The hand. We'll give it also that material black. This maybe scale a little bigger. Rotate it. Doesn't really. And then we're gonna do right click, hit set origin to 3D cursor, because then once we put the mirror modifier on there, it will mirror correctly. All right, it did not mirror correctly, and it's because you have to apply all transformations, then right click, set origin to 3D cursor, then hit generate mirror. There you go. So, all right, we got that. I think what I want to do is I want to make this a little thinner. So we're going to select both of these loops. And we're going to scale. Like this. It looks like the arms aren't even cylinders. Maybe we should just make them squares. Like how. Good. Then we add the hair and the ears. Paint it. Okay. We still gotta match it, right? We still gotta match it to this character. So there's also a jacket. Maybe I'll add in the jacket too. Think. We'll keep it with the cylinders for now. Nobody's controlling us. Nobody has a say. All right, we're gonna rename a bunch of our stuff here. We're We're gonna just call this ref. Head, we'll call this arms. We'll call this hand. We'll call this neck. We'll call this body. And we'll call this legs. Beautiful. Little coffee break to think about what we've done so far. Honestly, I should bring this shader so you can see more of what's going on here. You know, maybe we'll add those Crocs too. Them sick Crocs, bruh. So sick. Okay. I'm listening to music, but I'm not playing it on the stream. I still have to get a bunch of music that's like game music that I can just use on stream because I haven't done that yet. But I definitely want to put some music in the background. Instead of me just yapping away. Okay. So we got the head. I think I want the head to be rounder. So let's scale this on the... Oh my god, that's what I did. I hit F. I think I have something here that... F2? Oh, it's not even installed. Okay. Whatever. This head is... You know... Also, there's like this thing called Sphereize. Where is it? To sphere. Shift Alt S. Oh, I see what's happening. This... I think the transforms are not applied. So if we look at this, we see that our dimensions... Oh no, our scale is 111. Just in case, I'm going to hit Control A, all transforms, and then Shift Alt S. Oh, it's sphere size. Yeah, I see what's happening. So basically, I think the mirror is on here. So let's get out of this. Apply the mirror. Do Shift Alt S. There we go. That made it into a circle, which is a little bit more what I want. I think I'm gonna hit X here. Mirror on the X. So I think it's able to do this. Keep that. Bring these down. There we go. All right, that's just gonna make the face look a little better. We'll hit X here. There we go. X in the chin as well. Okay, I think we're getting to a better place here. Bum, 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 bum. Let me sip some coffee. Let me think about what I've done. I put little shoesies on this person here. All right, let's put the Crocs in there. You know, let's put the Crocs, and then we'll work on the hair. And yeah, just for visual purposes, I'm going to duplicate this one and we'll change it to a different color. We'll do it just so we can see it better on screen here. Same for this one. Pink. And for this one, we'll do the skin color. for the legs, we'll do skin color. Okay. We're slowly making it there. I think I'm seeing that I should probably do square for the hands, but we'll deal with that a little later here. All right, let's keep going. So we got that. Let's get them little shoesies in. I think for the shoes, let's see what they did here. All right, we'll do some separate. We'll do a cylinder. Shrink it down. Bring it over. Put a mirror modifier on that. Mirror modifier on there. Okay, generate mirror. Here we go. We'll flatten it out. SZ. And then we'll stretch it out. SY. Y. Bring this forward. Keep pressing all the wrong buttons. You see that? Insane. Freaking amateur over here. Okay, we'll actually scale it up even more here. Let's scale it front ways. Scale it on the X. And we'll get the top face, so we'll bring it up. We'll take off proportional editing for now. Bit kind of like this. There we go. We're gonna start to get some crocky poos on here. Some crocodilians. Some crocodiles. Okay. We got the little feetsies on there. We'll make them black so we see them. And let's take a look in rendered mode here. We'll see where we're going. Where this is all going to come together. Let's bring everything forward here. Bring the neck to be blue. Like there's a turtleneck there. It's shaping up. Can't wait to see the finished result. Oh, spooky. All right. Let's bring the head further down. Oh, let's just bring it here. Okay, let me bring this point here. Bring this up a little bit. I'll bring this. There we go. All right. Alrighty. We'll keep it moving. All right, so we got the neck. Maybe the neck should be. Doesn't that make sense? Now we can see there's too much neck. Bring it down a little bit there. Cool. Then setting part will be the UV unwrapping. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna try and do the hair now. And the hair is going to be a little bit. Let's see. So what we're gonna do is we're going to hit edit. We'll go to face mode. Are we doing mirror modifier in here? No, we're not. Okay, we're gonna edit. And we're gonna select kind of the portion that will be the hair. Beautiful. Some low poly. We're gonna hit Shift D. That'll make a like a cap here. We'll hit P and then hit that. What that will do is separate the things we just duplicated into its own portion. You'll see head here. So let's do head, and then see which one is it. This is head, and then this is hair. So that's cool. And put Control S, all right, and then we will now go to hair. Hair. Now we'll go to edit. Now we'll hit S. Now we'll hit Control Shift S. No, that's not what it. I want to do. What is it? Shrink is the Alt S. Alt S, and then that'll kind of expand it out. And then we will give this a separate color. And we'll make it green like her hair. We can see that she is bald. Pretty bald. So, all right, let's start doing the hair here, and then we'll do that with a series of moving edges. So we're going to move these edges to where I think they should go. All right. The hair can go all the way down to the, like, looks like her hair goes down to her back, but we'll do the hair all the way down. We'll do something that's aesthetically pleasing, either all the way down, nope, maybe like around the body height there. We will go to point mode and make sure that we are doing our stuff here. There we go. She also has like two little braids that will be cool to incorporate, so we'll do that too. There we go. She's getting the hair. She's missing her bangs. Like, she got cut. Bangs. She cut her own bangs. What happens when you cut your own bangs? All right. So we'll hit E. We'll bring them down, and then bring them out here. Bring them up. We'll hit scale to the X to make them kind of like flat. Okay, yeah, like this. I wonder if we should just make a triangle here. Let's see if that will work. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna try and get that separation here. So we're gonna do a loop cut here and a loop cut here. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to hit, is it Y? And then that'll separate it. Nope, that did not separate it. What is the button? Separate. No, that's not what I meant. I think it's in the vertex mode. Let's see. Rip vertex, it's V. So we'll hit V. That'll hit there, and then we'll hit V on there. There we go. And now we're gonna get that little bang there. We'll bring this down. I think I might cut it here so we can fold it. Hit Control G. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the cursor right there. I'm gonna hit the period key, and then we're gonna do 3D cursor. I'm just changing the pivot point. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select these 3 points here, and I'm gonna rotate on the X, and it'll rotate from that point there. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so that's good. We got that center. We got the center piece there. And it looks like this can actually be ripped. I think. So we're gonna just erase these faces. See what we're left with here. Cool, but it kind of makes her look bald. So we're gonna select these points here. We'll keep the point there. We'll select the bottom points. Like this. Then we'll rotate on the X. I hit the wrong keys. Rotate on the X. That'll rotate from that pivot point there. And then there's just some finagling we gotta do here. this. Huh, I wonder why this doesn't as this. I just do a manual. All right, so it's looking good. It's just that that head is just freaking out. I wonder if this really bringing this out. Honestly, maybe we should bring all of it out. I'm gonna select all the points here. Down, rotate it. Okay, okay, we're getting better. We're getting better. I think we're gonna make the braids. We're also gonna cut. I'm gonna do a loop cut here. I'm gonna put the cursor there, so then when we get these, we can kind of rotate it out from the X. It looks like she's wearing a helmet. We'll probably end up thickening this so we can see it, but this is the general look here. I wonder if we can make it look a little better by grabbing the back piece here of the head. All of these. And then adding another material. This is just temporary. We're going to be using one material at the end. It's just to be that green. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on wireframe. I'm not going to do it by individual things, but can I just do it in general? Like wireframe. There it is. There we go. We'll keep the wireframe on for now. Because then we'll see what's going on. Like this head is kind of breaking through here very slightly, but so I wonder if we should just go into this mode, go to edit mode, go to 1, hit V, 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 bring these down. Same thing with this, we'll hit V, bring them. Cool. Grab this guy right here. These are not synced up. We're gonna mirror this eventually. Oh. We're gonna get rid of our reference getting in my way. Go. I wonder if separating the back half would look good too. All right, so we'll hit V on that one. We'll hit X. Oh, this has a mirror modifier, doesn't it? Doesn't. I think auto merge is there. What's going on? Can I rip this? Cannot rip non-manifold edges or I know I just did it. Did it. Okay. There it is. Why can't I move? So weird. What's going on? Huh. That was super weird. Alright, we split up the hair there. I wonder if that's gonna help out. And we'll bring this over. I wonder if we should split it up here too. Bring that up. Nice. We are building slowly but surely. All right, I think this little hair piece here, we're just gonna add in a triangle here. Kind of cover it up for a second. Oh, you can't even see that in the render. Or is it here that we should add it? We did this. Ugh, no, I like the spikes. We'll figure that out. We're gonna add some more volume to the hair by making this a little higher here, maybe rounding it out. Boxy right now. We're gonna erase those faces I just made. Erase the face. This. This. We're rounding it out a little better here. Right. So far, so good. We're blasting through this. Let me, I wish I had a lens cleaner here. My lenses are screwed up. Does anybody out there clean their glasses? Best way to clean your glasses, you use some dish soap from the sink. You know, some good old dish detergent soap thing. And that's the best way to clean your glasses. Really what builds up in your glasses is oils. And what takes oils away the best? Detergent, dish detergent. So if you ever want to clean your glasses, use a little dish detergent, little dish soap. That'll get you right through. Okay, so we're getting good. I think I want to see something real quick. If we add in a solidify, we thicken out the hair. We can add in more volume, which is kind of cool. And then we're cubed up, you know, which is cool. And then I think we could go into here and then shrink it. Nope. Shift S. Nope. Control S. Control S shrink. Shrink, right? Let me make sure. Alt S. This is what we're looking for. Basically shrinking it instead of scaling it, it moves it along the normals. Kind of what we're looking for. So this is kind of cool. I think we can right now big head. We'll keep it thick for right now just to see it. We'll keep on We'll keep on keeping on here. All right. So now let's add in the little space buttons they got. Super easy. We'll just duplicate the hands. We'll hit Control D. We'll call it space buttons. We'll call it hair. Space buttons. And then for legs, thing there. And then same thing. We'll go to edit mode. Hit Control A. And we'll bring those up here. We'll move the pivot to the bounding box. And then the space buttons are more like towards the back here, kind of like this. We'll make them a little bigger. Since she is a chibi, we will make them kind of exaggerated, a little bigger there. And then we will change the low poly to green. And then we're basically there. I think we're going to rotate. Oh, I think we're going to rotate these so they kind of like face out a little better. Kind of gives the better shape. Cool. We are moving. We are driving. All right. Got the head there. We got the little thing. I think the squareness of the head here bothering. Let's see if we can fix that. With any of this, I'm gonna take off the move some of these upwards. Maybe we scale it out. Bring this. There we go. All right. And also to promote the head shape, we'll bring these points a little closer. For right now. Okay. I have to fix this, but it'll be fine for now. Oh, okay. So we got that. We got that. Got the little shoesies. I think maybe we could start texture painting now. Not fully sure. Maybe we can get the jacket in there. You know what I mean? Can we do the jacket as well? So let's get rid of the hair for now. Get rid of the... No, we'll keep the space buttons. Because that's funny. We'll do the same thing where we'll duplicate the body. We'll call this jacket. We will add in a different material here and we'll make it pink. Oh, honestly, we shouldn't add the pink that we already have. Cool. And then I'm going to select I'm going to isolate it by hitting the period key. We're going to hit X vertices. We're going to unisolate it. Oh, what the heck? I did the wrong thing. We're going to get these filters up and we're going to make it so I can't select the body anymore. Okay. Okay, there we go. Now we'll isolate this. The numpad slash. We'll hit X, vertice, beautiful. All right. We'll unisolate it. You can see that the jacket is there. And then from here, we're going to go to the edge mode and we're going to hit V. Oh, there's a mirror modifier in this. We're going to erase the modifier. No, we're going to apply it. We're going to apply the modifier. We're going to go to edit mode, hit A, hit M by distance. We're just making sure we get rid of any vertices that are like laying on top of each other. And then we'll hit 2. We'll do the face. We'll select the face. We'll hit V. Nope. V. Nope. And then hit X. And we got we're going to get the jacket here. I'm going to hit G twice. Actually, I won't. All right. I'm going to select the whole thing. Oh, let me get rid of this point too. vertice there. All right, and then the jacket goes a little bit higher, so we're gonna select this loop here. We're gonna hit G twice, bring it up, scale it out. Bring it down by the Z. Cool, cool, cool. We cool. Gonna drink some coffee. Give this a think. Feeling feisty. Feeling good. Let me check the stream. Make sure that I'm not just streaming to nobody. Oop. My background is there. Why? All right. Ah, okay. Coffee good. Coffee good. Coffee still warm. All right, let's keep going. What do we have here? We have the jacket. Let's make it the actual pink color because it looks purple right now. So we'll just do a little eye picker here. And now we're getting the pink. And then for her body. Oh, we can't select the body anymore. Okay. Body, we'll make it black. And then she's wearing pants. Then she has leggings. So we'll cut this to here. We'll hit 3. We'll hold Alt, select that. We'll add in another. By the way, once again, you don't need all these different materials. Unnecessary. We're gonna have one material soon. All right. So this is pretty cool. I like that the arms are separate. We're just gonna, finagle this this jacket a little more. I think I will mirror it this time. So we're gonna go to wireframe, hit 1, and then I'm gonna hit B to do like a box select, hit X, and then wrong side. Hit 1 to look at front view, hit B for box select all the vertices, hit X and hit vertices, and you did that. We'll add the mirror modifier, generate mirror modifier, and then we're back. Okay, so then now, as I'm working on this, it'll just be mirrored on both sides. Okay. So let's add the little flare that this jacket has. Let's do that. Let's go back. Let's use proportional editing for this. And now let's scroll the wheel up. There you go. I'm gonna make a loop cut there, and I'm gonna select this. Just scroll down. There we go. We're gonna do SZ0. That'll flatten it out there. It looks like this is not clipped, so we're gonna make sure those are touching. Closed all the way. Once you hit clipping on the mirror modifier, it keeps it on there, so pretty cool. All right, and then let's see if we can get this flap to flap out, kind of like going over the shoulder. And we're gonna do that by getting rid of these hands for a second. Nope, getting rid of these arms for a second. Let me organize this again. So I got hands. I'm gonna write the word arm. Hands. Arms. Main. This kind of like organizes it alphabetically. So we're just trying to body, and then we're gonna type in body jacket. So all the pieces like line up in the outliner. This is just for my sanity's sake. I keep hitting the wrong key. I don't have any symbols on my keys, so it's all by touch type, touch feel, which is why I press a lot of the wrong buttons. Ugh, okay, so let's keep going. What was I doing? Oh yeah, we were getting rid of the arms main. And then we're going to go and we're gonna hit control. Nope, that's not what we're gonna do. We're gonna hit 2 Then we're going to hold Alt, select this loop here. No. Gonna select the body, like that middle one. Move the cursor to the center because we're gonna be rotating this by the cursor. So we'll go back to the jacket. We'll select that. There we go. And then we can kind of flare out the neck. All right, so I'm gonna flare out the neck. And really I'm gonna flare it out like here. We're gonna do another loop cut. We're gonna get rid of proportional editing. We're gonna do the same thing. There we go. So then now got like the jacket that's coming up. That. We'll just do another loop cut there. And we'll just round this out. I wonder if I could just select this. If I hit Control Shift S, it'll make it into a sphere, but like in the wrong direction. That might work. Might actually work. Bring back the arms to see what this looks like. Cool. I think what will be interesting for right now for visuals is we'll add in another material. We'll do this purple material. We will then add a solidify modifier, which adds thickness. And then for the material, we'll offset it by 1. And that'll make the inside purple. Kind of like how she has it there. We will do this little purple here. Let's see. There you go. Okay. So now we got the purple going on. We're going to hit select. We're going to this. I think it's going way too hard. Oh my god, I that up. Honestly, this gotta get rid of the solidify reverse. Yeah. Out. Gonna move this out. This out. Gonna move up. Oh my god, low poly stuff is peak. I'm so excited. Is this going to be a video in the future? I think so. I think so. We'll see how this turns out. Right now, this is for Miss Spooky Monstera to you know, for some animations and stuff. But I mean, this stream in itself is like pretty good so far. I've been talking through all of it, but I think I can make a shorthand video for it. All right, there we go. So we got that, but also good to see you, Lonnie. Good to see you. They're doing solidify. There we go. And then we got the purple on the inside. Go. Looking pretty sweat. That's so awesome, dude. It looks that good already. Thank you. And that's without the hair. See the hair. Boom. Dang, spooky. We're doing it. And then we'll eventually do like the paint. We'll paint her up. And then we'll probably add more as we go, but it's getting there. We're getting there. Okay. So I'm gonna take some coffee. Think about what I've done. Hmm. 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 I think it's getting pretty good. She's about 2 heads tall, which is what I wanted. Legs are looking pretty good. We got shoes. We'll add some more details in the shoes. Let's add in, I think we can add in the hood, but I think it's going to be covered by the hair. So I don't think it really matters. So we'll just keep it like this coat thing. Pretty good. Yeah, I think I'm gonna redo the hands into being squares instead of cylinders, just to like simplify it even more. Let's see. I'm looking at like the reference of the person I got inspired by. The link is in the description if you want to see what I'm looking at, but it's like their videos. It's very good stuff. Yeah, making the arms square is probably gonna be the ticket. And we'll be like texture painting after that. Cool. Okay. So let's add in the little white skull hands to go over the bun. That could be, no, yeah, we'll make that a separate thing. Okay, so what we'll do is, how can we do that in an efficient manner? Let me use my brain. Let me use my noggin. Okay, we'll use a plane. So we're gonna go and we'll make a mesh plane. We will add in a material, but this time we'll add an extra one and we'll make it just white. Like this. That's not white. We'll do like a close to white. All right. Okay, let's do Alt R. Let's do this again. And then we will add in a modifier, generate mirror. We'll bring that and then we'll rotate it, scale it down. Put this where it needs to be. A lot of G, a lot of R, a lot of G, a lot of looking around. Double G for rotation there. Bring it down here. And we could start building these like little hands. Since they're chibi hands, we'll bring them out like we'll bring them out like this. We want to make it look noticeable, but not like overly detailed. Let's bring these, bring them down. Feel like super small palms. This. Cool. Then what we'll do is we'll rotate this, bring it down. Okay, now we will subdivide these. And we'll subdivide it how many times here? 6. 6. And then we'll go to edge mode and then we'll see what this looks like. Maybe it'll be a 3 finger. Something like this. That. Cover. Do multiple. One. It's fingers are usually 3 sections, right? We'll do 1, 2, 3. Hopefully we can make them read like fingers. Let's actually select it all. Oops, select them all. Hit G. Maybe they're too long. And they're different. They should be different heights. So we'll hit double G on this one, and we'll hit double G on this one. And we will actually make them all shorter. We will double G, double G, double G, this. Maybe. We will subdivide this to be like this. We'll hit E, rotate, E, rotate, scale, E, rotate. Kind of reading. If I erase this point here, would that help? Okay. Oh, so we shouldn't have subdivided to begin with. Let's just do the whole thing. E, scale. No, actually not. Let's just rotate, E, rotate, scale. Scale. It looks like it has a little thumb. Let's zoom in on this. Do this. Not really reading like a hand. So can we select these? Maybe. Yeah, this is just some trial and error here. Scale this. Okay. The taper is what makes it look better. Scale this. We'll bring it all the way down. Rotate. Nope. Rotate it. Grab. And maybe we just scale the whole thing. If I do Alt S, what happens here? If I do Alt Shift S. This is kind of interesting. What if we grab this? I think the circle part is kind of good, but the palm now is too. Let's experiment in here. Like this. We'll make sure that we're scaling by selected element. Nope. By bounding by. Go. I think they'll read better once we paint them, but going to do some proportional editing and make sure that it's connected only. So then when I grab this, it can grab the whole finger. Start directing these fingers a little bit. Thing with this one. I think we could slide the whole middle finger over. So if we select, grab all this, select this, slide it, oops, slide it over. We're just gonna slide a lot of this over. This is just making this much smaller. I think I'm doing this the hard way, but we will deal. We'll go to, we're gonna isolate this so I can see this a little better. Oh, we'll go into vertex mode, set this right. Oh, maybe we might be able to add the fourth finger for it to make sense. Right. think the fourth finger may be too much. Let's see. Same thing. E. And we'll just do 2. It's not too much. Hit double G. That down. Scale this down. Take off proportional editing. Okay, I think we're getting good. I think we just need to fix the thumb, and then I think we're pretty solid on this. Right. Go. See what this looks like in unisolated. All right, cool. And then what we'll do is we'll bring it into the hair. So just kind of stand away from it, and then we'll add in a generate solidify. And then we'll make it thick. That should pretty much do that. And we'll color in the little bone darkness once we're on there. Cool. All right. I think we got them hands. That started off pretty scary, but we did it. We did it. I think the thumb needs to be bigger. Let's go back. I think the thumb, let's take off the solidify. I wonder if I should just rude. Let's see. What if we scale up? Oh. Grab all of these. Nope. We grab all of these. There we go. I think this translates a little better. Like a thumb. Okay. Now we have to solidify. Now we're feeling good. Nice. Spacey buns are a good. All right, let's take a sip of coffee and contemplate what we did here. Let me make sure that we're in the right view here. Control S. Now let's take a sip of coffee, see where we're at, see how we're feeling. All right. We're looking at the character. We got the jacket, which we got. We're gonna skip the hoodie part. I wonder if adding like a poofier sleeve will add to it, or if it should just be kind of like cylinders. She has some armbands. Oh yeah, and she has her braids. I think we could do the braids with like a couple of circles. See what that looks like. Maybe some circles with transparency, or maybe it could just be like a cylinder, not a cylinder, but a cube, a long cube, a rectangle. Cool. So we'll hit S. And all right, So we'll keep it going. We'll select the hair, and then I just want to curve the hair to make more sense here and give it more room, kind of close in the gap here for this. That. Okay. I think that's pretty good. All right, what else can we do? I think she has her Crocs. I wonder if we can add in like a little bit more details of these little sparkly Crocs. Crocs have teeth. They're platformed. It would be funny to add them though. So all right, so let's do the sleeve. Let's see if the sleeve needs any poofiness. So we're going to go to edit mode, hit Control R for a loop cut, and then we'll scale it up. Kind of add like it's poofy. I think that's good. I think that's all we need. I think that's all we need. We're going to look at it from the front view. We'll bring out the hands a little further, and we'll make the arms just a little longer. Oop. There we go. And the hands go past the hair. Okay. So that's cool. Let's see about adding the braid to see if maybe that's like a little bit too much detail, but we'll see what the braid looks like here. But it's turning out pretty cool. I'm gonna do something here. For right now, I'm going to apply the mirror modifiers on both of these. I'm going to go into edit mode for the hands. I'm going to hit select all with A, hit P, and do select by loose parts. That's going to separate our hands by left and right. So we have hand 1 and hand 2. We'll go to object mode. We'll see which one that one is. That's left. So we'll do hand underscore L, and then we'll do hands underscore R, hand underscore R. We got that. Then the arms, will do the same thing. I'll go to edit mode, select all with A, hit P for to separate the objects that are in the object. Hit by loose parts. That'll separate it into 2 parts. Beautiful. And we'll do the same thing. Arms main. This one's R. This one's R main L. We got L, the left hand and the right hand. And then what I wanted to do is I'm going to isolate this hand here. I'm going to select the face, hit Control S, and put cursor to selected. That puts the selection in the center of that face. We'll undo that. We'll right click, hit set origin to 3D cursor. And then what we'll do is we'll select this one. We'll select all. And then we'll do to volume. Then we will select the hand and then the arm and then hit Control P. That'll parent the object. And then now our hand is parented. We'll do the same thing. Same thing. Or I'm like thinking on how to do this more efficiently. Or we can figure out what this one's called. So we'll call it arm R. It's called that. If we select this and we arm R, does it do anything? It does. Oh, but that's because we didn't do the origin. So let's do the origin. Same thing on this end. Select that, right click, 3D cursor, unmodify that, and then arm R. And then we will, maybe this is a dumb way to do it. It's like overcomplicating it. But maybe we will hit Control M to mirror on the X. We'll do that. And what we're doing here is that basically the arm is using the same mesh material. So once it gets once it gets textured, it should duplicate. I hope it duplicates the same way though. So we'll do the same thing with the arm, the hand. So we'll go here. We'll do hand R, control. We'll name the mesh material of that. We'll go to this one. We'll right click, set origin to volume. The same way that we did this for volume. And then we'll do this to arm. Nope, hand R. We'll do control M to mirror, hit X. Then we'll parent with a control P, and then we're good. Okay. So now we got the arms. Moving from the right place here. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. I think I'm going to do that for the rest of the pieces. So a little bit of technical work here. And then we'll continue to do more fun stuff here. All right. The legs. So we're going to get the legs. We're going to apply the mirror modifier. We're going to edit mode, hit A, P to separate by loose parts. Now it's in 2 parts. We'll call this leg underscore R and leg underscore L. Then I think for this one, we'll do the same thing. We'll isolate it. In the top, we'll select the face, control S. That'll put the cursor on top, right click. Now we set the 3D cursor to the face, and now it rotates from that part. We'll unisolate this. We'll do the same thing for this one. Dun, 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 dun. Cool. And then for this one, we will go to the mesh data and we'll call it LR. And then we'll select this one. Then we'll do the same thing, LR. And then just for shits and giggles, we'll hit M, X. You can't even tell the difference, but I think when we texture, it'll then mirror. It's there. So now we got L and R. Cool. So now these will rotate separately, right? Okay, same thing with this one. With mirror, this boom. Selection, we'll hit P, separate by loose parts. We'll call this leg, shoe, so it organizes in the outliner better. Leg, shoe, R, or R. Be the same thing. Leg, shoe, L. Then for this one, we'll select the mesh for the R. We'll name it that. We'll go to L and we'll make it the same thing. Oh, I didn't set the origin. So we'll go to R, right click, set origin to volume. Same thing with this one, to volume. That just puts the pivot point in the center of the volume of the... And then now we'll do leg, do R. We'll hit Control M, hit X. I think we're set on that. The neck is a singular thing. The plane is here. Oh no, this is the hands. We'll do hair, face buns, hands. That'll make it so it organizes there. We'll do this. That. Okay, so this is what we'll do the same thing here. This is just some shilly technical work. Okay, we will go to edit mode, select all. We'll hit P, we'll do by loose parts. Oh, I forgot to apply it. We're gonna apply the mirror modifier and then hit P and then by loose parts. Then we'll do this. We'll call this, what is this? Right. We're doing it the characters right. And then we'll do the same thing here. Go to mesh. Go there. Hit L. No, sorry, I meant to name this L. L. Cool. Then for these, I will do the same thing. I'll go here, right click to mask, right click to mask. Then we'll get the R. We'll make this R. L. For the L, we'll switch it to R. That'll flip it. We'll hit Control M, hit X. That'll flip it back. Cool. Those are both using the same thing. And then space buns will have to do the same thing. Here we go. I think this is the last one. Pretty exciting and boring stuff for right now. Hit A, we'll hit P, separate by loose parts. Now it's two of them. We'll call this one R. We'll call this one L. We will name the R on the mesh. We will select the left one and we'll make it into the space buns R. Oh, we forgot to set the origin. Set the origin to volume. Same thing with this one. Set the origin to volume. Okay, and then we send it to space buns R. And we'll hit, where'd it go? Oh, I put the wrong thing. There we go. And then we hit MX. That'll mirror it. I think we're set now. The jacket, the body, hair, the space bun, head, the legs, the shoes. See, because now what would happen, right, if we wanted to model something on the shoe and we go here, it'll do it on both. We're not even using a mirror modifier. We're just literally using the same mesh data between the two shoes, and one is flipped around. It's pretty cool. It's getting hot in my room. My computer is heating up my room. Put a fan on here. Let's drink some water. Everybody get up and drink some water. Relax. So these shoes. Let's see if we can make them look more like Crocs. Imagine like the most detailed thing on the characters, like the shoes, just like high poly. Everything else is low poly. Okay. Cool. All right. So from what I'm seeing here, let's see what we can do. If we hit I and then E, that's not what that looks like. What if we select this? Go to edge mode, go to Z. If we select the edge and we hit Control B, we bevel them out. That's probably the ticket. We'll select this line, we'll hit Control B. Maybe we'll select the Control. Let's isolate these for a second. Like a little coffin. We'll hit Control B. Nope. Control B. Bring it back. We'll unisolate it. Okay, okay. They look like they're platforms, so we will select the bottom and we'll make them a little longer. Cool. We're gonna select this loop cut here. Oh, does that not go all the way around? Oops. What was I doing? Okay, this. All right, so we're gonna connect these just so it's. Oh, hold on. All right, so we're gonna go to vertex mode. We're gonna hit K and we're gonna select these. We'll hit space. That'll cut it up there. Now when we select this, it'll loop it. Okay, these aren't connected. So we'll hit K. This space. Now we got what we need here. We'll unloop it. And then now we'll scale on the X. I wonder if we just scale on this side by these two. Am I doing this right? Hold on. There we go. The same thing here. Scale on the. Honestly, if we just scale everything a little further and move these a little further back. They don't need to be that thick, huh? So we'll select the whole loop. We'll hit X. So far, nothing has happened, and that's because I'm just trying to see if I can get. This is such a stupid detail to put, but I'm trying to get that band in the back. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to like that, hit E. Nope. Make a loop cut and then select it. Edge here. Right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this loop cut, hit Control B, bevel it, then I'm going to isolate this. We just erase these, see what that does. I'm sick, bruh. We're actually gonna erase this. Honestly, we're just gonna put this. We'll hit V, separate. We'll hit L, still connected. We'll hit V, separate. We'll hit L. All right, still connected here. Wasting time here, but okay, that's still connected. V. God, hold on. There we go. There we go. Freaking sick, bruh. Okay. This is so dumb, but it's funny. Come wide. All right. And then now we will isolate these. We'll fix this up again. Gonna go into and add an add-on called F2. This is so when I hit F, it'll automatically make a face. F2 is activated. Okay. So let's do this. Oh my god, what am I doing? Edit mode. We'll select face. Scale this on the Z up. And we'll scale this on the Y by 0. Line it up. Okay. Then we will hit F on this. Make that face. F on this one. F on this one. That'll make that face. Hit these. We'll hit F on that. Then we'll go to edge mode. Select these edges. F. These edges and hit F. Or select this last edge back here. Goes way too hard backwards. Cool. For this here, we'll bring it up. And what we'll do is we'll select this edge, the X, and do dissolve edge. Now we're down to like just this little band here. What a long, what a long process. We'll go to vertice mode. We'll select this. We'll hit F. Thing here. F. Now we got that triangle. Now we'll go the edge mode and we'll hit F there, and it should connect them all. Hit F a bunch. Now we're connected. Nice. Okay, and then now we unisolate. All right. We'll bring these back down. And now we got our Crocs, baby. And then we hit G twice. I like round these out a little bit. And we'll scale this. Oh, we got our sick Crocs, bruh. All right, and then we'll go to face mode, select that loop, we'll rotate it, and we'll bring it. Oops, we'll bring it out. I think it's sick. Cool. And then we'll select this and bring the whole thing forward. Damn, the sick Crocs, they're happening. We got sick Crocs, bruh. Okay. Man, maybe we just keep adding details to these Crocs. Let's just add, let's just add a cylinder. Why not? Okay, like a little button. We'll make it a different color. So we will do that by doing this, and then we'll do mesh, cylinder. We will squish it down, scale it down. We will right click to center mass, Alt G, mirror. Oh, same old here, guys. We hit the mirror, go to edit mode, we'll bring it out. We'll rotate it. We'll make sure we're in bounding box. Bring in the stick button here. That will cover up the button or the connection. There we go. Sick. All right. We'll do that. We'll add in a different material just so we have it. And now we got our Crocs. Looking sweet, bro. The Crocs have holes, but I think we'll paint those in. And I think the platform aspect of it, we can actually add that as a detail. Edit mode. And let it be. See what this looks like. Edge it out like this. Um, all right. I don't know. I don't know if I like that. Would it be cooler if we made it circular? Okay, that works. Making it a little smaller kind of pumps it out a bit. Gives it that croc shape. All right, let's make this button a little better here. All right, and we're gonna duplicate it. We're gonna bring it out on the other side. Sick crocs, bruh. All right. So then now we'll do the same thing we did before. So let's parent this. Well, first we'll do leg 2. I think that's already called something. 2 button. Okay. So we'll do the same thing. We'll go to this. We'll apply the mirror modifier. We will actually select 2 of the buttons by hitting L on when you hover over both of them. Boost parts. Oop, that's not what I meant to do. P by selection. Then we got the button here. This is buttons R underscore R. Same thing underscore L. We will do the same thing where we right click, hit to mask. Same thing for this one, to mask. We'll name mesh data the same. So then when we look for it on the L, there you can see that it's kind of flippy, so we'll do control MX, and now we're using the same data. So now when we edit these buttons, they should be the same. All right, for the Crocs, let's change this to a darker color, so cooler, cool. And then gotta add in the little orange ball there that represents a Kyo from Fruit Basket. So is everything named good here? Good. So we're gonna do a cube. We'll make it super small. We'll hit Control A, all transforms. Control 1. We will then only have one of them, which is on her right foot, on the outside over here. We'll do some of this. Rotate it. Damn, the Croc accessories, so many details. Okay, so we'll go into the material. We will add the jacket. We will hit the little icon there and we'll change it to orange. And then we will also right click, convert to mesh, which add, apply the modifier. Now we got them sick shoes, bro. We got them sick shoes. Hold on. And the kicks, and we're not even textured yet. All right, I think the front end needs to go a little further out. So let's do that. Just a little bit. Okay, and then once we texture those, they'll look sweet. I think the other one has, we'll do leg, shoe, cat, so that's what it's supposed to be. No, we'll do fruits basket. FB, we'll do R, underscore R. He has a similar one. We'll do Alt D. Bring it over here. We'll do Control N. But I don't think we could change the material because that'll change the material for both. So this will have to be its own thing. L. One more, and then we'll make it gray. Oh, that's not what I'm to do. We're gonna go to mesh. A little 2 button here. That means that 2 objects are using the same mesh. We'll click on that. Now this should be its own mesh. Oh. And now, oh, what the heck? Kind of like a gray color. More like white. Let's take on our other shoe on the other side. All right, and the rest we could kind of do like texturing stuff, so that's cool. Cool. Got her jacket. We'll paint in her pants and see my reference here. Yeah, we'll put in her pants, the midriff. Yeah, do that. We got her Crocs. Looking sweet. Oh yeah, let's parent everything. This should be parented to this. Parent. This should be parented to this. This should be parented to the leg. Parent. Same thing. This should be parented to this. And then these should be parented to this. Now, you can rotate the leg. And it all's coming up, Millhouse. We got a stanky leg. We got a stanky leg. Same thing. Oh, forgot to parent this to this. Boom. Freaking sweet. And we got the arm, which I still think we make into cubes. It's just that, like, what gets me is like I don't know, this like triangular look here. I think we could fix that though. I think we could fix that actually. Let's fix it. This is killing me. So let's see where this is at. I think what we could do is can we just get this face, then inset it, get out. Think that helps. Or what if we like flared out the sleeve like that? Oh, that might be better. Okay. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the same thing. There's an easy way to get this mirrored. This. there. Got to do it like all slow and stuff. So let's do this. There. Hmm. Weird. Oh no, it could be the same height. There we go. Now we're good. Now we're cooking. So cool. We're kicking. We're kicking. We got them Crocs on, baby. Look at them Crocs. They're spaders. Spaders. Crocs. Getting cool. All right. I've been avoiding the texturing process. We got the head. What else is left? I think this is it. I think we're making. I think the hair's still good. Think, oh yeah, there's like the braid stuff. I wonder, that's right, we were gonna do the braid. The braid, and then we will texture. And then we will texture. Cool. So let's see how we can do that braid. Braid. So we'll hit Control C. We'll put this in our main here, and we will make it invisible so we don't see that. Go home. Oops. Home. There we go. All right. We're getting there, huh? Yeah, we're gonna have to minimize. All right, let me take a sip. Let me think about what we've done. A good sip of old caffeine. Okay. I think everything's coming out good right now. All right, braid, and then we texture. All right, so let's see. We'll hit Shift A. We'll get a cube. We'll shrink it down, super small. Cool. We'll bring this upwards and bring it on the Y. We were gonna make this green, like the hair. We're gonna zoom in on it. We're gonna hit Control 1 to subdivide it. Good stuff. We'll right click, hit convert the mesh. That'll apply the modifier. We'll go into edit mode. We'll scale it up and scale this skinny like this. Maybe not much. And then think about how the braids go. Think about this. So I'm gonna go into edge mode, hit 2, hold Alt. I'm gonna select the middle line here. It's a little too thick on the top, so I'm gonna actually make it thinner here, so it's more circular. There we go. Now we're in a teardrop form. Now we're gonna select, oh, we're gonna select this. We'll hit X. We'll bring it to the right. Let's actually add in some loop cuts here. The loop cuts are kind of going in a zigzag motion, so if you ever want to flatten that out, you hold Alt, select the loop cut, hit S, 0, and then whatever direction you want to flatten it in. So same thing, hold Alt, select, scale 0, and there we go. So now we got like nice flat. All right, and then we're gonna do that. We're gonna do proportional editing, which is like, what is the button? O. That'll make it so it'll move it kind of like together. If I scroll it all out, you see that it kind of like scrolls together, right? So we'll hit G. We'll bring it down like this. Right? You're gonna see the magic here. Okay, we got that. I'm gonna select it all. I'm gonna hit Shift D, and I'm gonna hit Control M, which is like a mirror. Nope, I didn't do that. Control M. and I hit on the X, then I hit G, and I'll take off proportional editing, hit G, bring it like this, and then we'll bring it down just a little bit, like that. And now we can start like making the braid here. This will look better once we have two different color braids, but what we'll do is we'll just make a different color right now just so we can see it. What was I doing? Oh, well, since it's in one object, what we'll do is we'll select the object in edit mode. We'll select the braid. We'll add in the material. We'll add in that second green that we added there. We'll make that darker. Nope. That's what I meant to do. Okay. We'll hit L and then hit assign. Then for this one, we'll hit L and we'll select the first one, hit assign. Oh, hit assign. Okay. All right. This is just so we could see the braid a little bit better, but we'll fix it in texturing. Now, if I made a bunch of these, they would all have to be textured the same. It should be fine if I duplicate them, or I could just do an array that goes on the z-axis. And then we lower it. Make that braid here. All right, does that work? See what the braid looks like in action. I don't like this the active modifier stuff. I too much on my screen. So I'm gonna active modifier gizmo, that's what they're called. The gizmo, we're gonna take that off because I just use the modifier. An old man. All right, so let's bring this forward. Let's bring the braid down here where it would be. We check out the braid here. You see that it's actually dark on one side and light on the other. I will do that for texturing. It's fine. I'm overthinking this. So we'll bring it in. We'll add in some more. Her braid goes up to her shoulders, right? Like, so it would be like this. And if we added a mirror, and then we put the 3D cursor to the origin. Okay, there we go. This is kind of doing the thing I want. I don't know if I think we might skip the braid. For real, for real. God. All right, what we'll do is we will apply the array. We'll apply the mirror. Then we're going to separate these by left braid, right braid, and then we're going to fiddle around with them. Hit P to separate by selection. Now we got hair, braid, probably R. Let me make cell. Go. One will be R. All right, and then I'm also going to isolate this for a second, just so I can put the pivot point right here. Let's go to point mode. I'm going to just select a point there. Cursor to selected, right click, 3D cursor. I'll do the same thing for the other one. What's happening? Oh. Thing, we'll isolate it real quick. We'll select this. 3D cursor, 3D, okay. Unisolate, okay. And then we can just kind of be able to play around with this a little more. I think what I can do here is, oops. In this, I think I can isolate it real quick. Like the top, proportional editing, not connected only, unselect, rotate. Hoping I can like rotate this like a little cooler. I could probably put it on a curve, but like that doesn't make it. How about if we rotated these? I think the issue is that like this hair is covering it. Like she has bangs and it doesn't go right to her sides. It comes out through the side. So let's see if we can fix her hair. Maybe we can make this work. So let's go to her hair. And we will take off the solidify for now, and we will go to not edge mode. We'll go to edit mode and then vertice mode. And then we're just gonna start deleting some vertices here. And hope that I can figure this out. I think we could separate it here. Oh, let me do something before we do that. Edit mode, we'll hit, oh yeah, the X is on there. So let's just select these on both ends. And we'll separate with a V here. That's not the way. V, nope. V here. V here. And we'll select these. We'll take off proportional editing. This starts to be more on what the hair may look like. We're gonna take off this mirror because sometimes it's not working. Gonna do there. Wonder if we should just do this where we hit M, the last, we'll just connect that there. Oh no, that doesn't work. Oh, does it work? M, last thing here, M to last, like that. Pop this out a little bit. Pop this down. This. We're fixing. Okay. Then this can also pop off V. It's not popping off the way I want it. Oh, that's the way. Nope. Nope. This way. Nope. This way. Sometimes it depends where your mouse is when you hit V to like rip it off. So I keep ripping it off the wrong place. Let's just rip it off like this, and then we will bring it back. The last. And we'll get like these two bangs going on here. Same thing over here. Hit V, V, and then you see that these aren't connected. If you hit Control A and hit M and do merge by distance, you'll see that one vertex was removed. That was that one that was like overlapping there. So that's usually what we're trying to do here. Trying to shave on stuff. We will select this. Maybe we spike it out like this. Okay, now this is making a little bit more sense. And I wonder if we add the solidify now, oops, if that will then, and we bulk it inwards instead of outwards. Then, okay. We'll select the braid. I think the braid being one cut, one side. I think the braid being the way that it is like throwing me off. I want to fix it just for visual purposes, but I'm gonna end up changing it anyway, so it's kind of pointless. What if we curved it out? Like, what if it was like a proportional editing, something like this? We curved it out. Or maybe it curves outwards. Hold on, I'm gonna fix some of this. Let me go into the material mode. And we're gonna alternate this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this one, this one, this one, and this one. Sign. And we're gonna do this one, this one, this one, and this one. There. I think I can see the braid better now. Okay. I think I messed it up already, but it's fine. We're gonna just, we'll fix it like this. Maybe maybe it should be small. Bring it in. The head a little bit. Maybe it should go further in, like here. I think that might be it. I think this view's throwing me off here. I think if we have it like this, it should be fine. And once we texture it, we'll be able to see it better. I think that's good. It flares out. Okay, so we're gonna delete this one. Actually, no, that's not what we're gonna do. We're gonna go into we're gonna call this the right thing, like that, and then we're gonna do this one and change it to that. And then we'll hit Control MX. Right way. Let's see if we can place this in the same area. So we're gonna select the braid right, and we're gonna just, there has to be an easier way to match this with like the negative. So what we're gonna do is just a long way. We'll select that. We'll do like this. Take off the negative. This, like that. We'll take off the negative. Oh, I guess we don't have to take the negative out of it. There. And then on the Z, we'll copy that, and we'll copy that. There you go. And maybe for the rotation, it'll be the same, but I'm just gonna do it by hand. There we go. I think the braid works. We can always get rid of it. We don't like it. Maybe it's too long. Maybe it's too short. Like if we, oops, if we, oops, if we did it by a little bit, maybe that's a little better, a little unobtrusive. Let's bulk out the hair again. Oh no, the hair's already bulked out, but we had to bulk the other way. Let's bulk it this. Does that work? You look like she got a big noggin. Um, let's see how far we can push the hair in. Gonna just grab this so we can get it close to the head. And then bulk it out. This is turning out so cute. So cute. So cute. Okay, I think we did the braid. We addressed all the things I wanted to address. Honestly, like the amount of faces that the braid has versus like the body is so funny. Okay. So we got all the stuff. Now we're gonna have to now we're gonna have to I'm losing my train of thought here. Now we're gonna have to UV unwrap it. Okay. Jesus. So let's UV unwrap it and see what we can get here. Then we can start texturing. What time is it? Yeah, I got some time. We'll texture it. And we'll start the texture. I actually don't think I'm going to finish on this stream. Cool. Okay. So let's UV unwrap. Let's put this into the UV unwrapper mode. And it already has some UVs. So basically when I think about UVs, I'm thinking about how best can I flatten it out so I can like draw like in Krita or within Blender to do it. So we're gonna have to do this one at a time, one piece at a time, and then we'll put it on the same texture. So let's just start doing that. We'll make the UVs. So let's start with the Nagaroon, the Nagis. Let's take off the hair. Let's take off the hair. Where is the hair? Hair. I'm gonna name it Mane. Mane. There we go. We'll do hair mane, and then we will make it invisible. All right, the little Nagaroon, and we'll get rid of the braids as well. Go. So let's see. So I want to make the face flat, right? So I'm going to go to face mode, face. Why isn't this working? Oh, go to head, get out of edit mode, go to head. Okay, there we go. You can see that the UVs are already broken up here. Not good. Not how I want it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to try it a couple of different ways to see how it cuts out, but I might. So we're just gonna be testing things out right now. So I'm gonna go to edge mode and we're gonna hold Alt, select a loop of the head there, and you can see it didn't click all. It didn't click all of it. So hold Alt. Okay, and then I'm gonna hit Control E and we're gonna do mark seam. And then I'm going to select the faces. So I'm going to select all these faces. And let's see how it flattens it out. So we'll select all the faces. And then I'll hit U, unwrap. And then it makes this face. I wish I didn't see the rest of the UVs. Let's see. There's an option here to make it so I can only see the selected UVs. So Gizmo. Pixels, faces. Oh, I haven't been in the UV editor in so long. Oh, this one right here. There it is. So there's a little button up here. It says UV sync. Keep UVs in edit mode selection synced. So if I have this selected, I'll see all the UVs, and I just don't. I want to see them one at a time, right? So I'll select UV sync selection, and then we have the face here, and like, I don't know, I don't think this is gonna end up good. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. So I'm going to take off this material, the green one. So it's just going to be the head. And we're going to add a texture, and then we'll see where the face ends up, and then we can start drawing and then seeing like where that ends up, right? So I have this add-on called Paint Systems. Very good. You should check it out. I forget who the person who does it, but definitely check out their channel. But if you go to edit mode, go to preferences, go to themes, nope, extensions, and type in paint systems. Paint systems. You'll see right here the add-on. If I click on it, you can see the add-on that we're using, paint systems. Basically an easy way to add in a like a texture and like paint on it. Very good add-on. Definitely check out his channel on YouTube's. All right, so we got paint systems here, and it's right here, and we're going to click on the item, and on the material that we have, we're going to call it head. Now we're going to start naming our materials. Head. So we'll hit yes, we'll hit save. And then for the rest of these, I'm going to, they're all also head. They're going to change as I put them, as I change the texture. So I'm just going to hit this little 7 here. It's just, the number 7 just shows like, this is how many objects are using the same material. If you click on it, it'll make it unique. It'll add a number. So I'll click on hands. Go here. That changed the hands. Good. And then we'll switch these to hands as well. Just so they stay the same as we do. Okay, so we're on head. We'll click paint systems, and then instead of paint over, I'm going to do I don't know if it's paint over or blank canvas. We're gonna do paint over. We won't do auto UVs. We'll just use the UV map that we have currently, and we'll hit OK. All right. So now we have material here. And let's see if we can just start painting on the face, and this all worked correctly. I'm gonna check in on the setup here. Okay, cool. It is on an emissions. Unplug this. No. And let's go to paint mode. Go paint mode. Okay. So I think it is working the way that it goes on the back face as well. And that's just because like these UVs are just in a different place right now. So I'm going to then fix those UVs now. So this is working correctly. I think if I change this color, does that change that? I'm gonna just put it to black. If I add in a solid color, can I just imitate that solid color? We'll bring it down. Bring that up, solid color. And we'll put here. Okay. Okay, cool. So now we got our solid color. And let's fix the UVs here. So let's go back to edit mode. We got the face correct. Now I'm going to do Control I. And we're going to hit U on that one, and we'll do unwrap based on angle. And for this, I don't really care. I wonder why it just didn't do the same UV. Basically the same on both sides. So I think, see how it's cut here? Like on the other end, it became a whole circle, but on this is a cut. I think it's because like some of these faces aren't connected. So let's see if I hit M, we'll do merge by distance. None. That's such a weird way to do this. Okay, so let's select these faces. Find out why they're not connected. Why aren't they connected the same way? Unwrap. Okay, that seems right. There's some different settings here. Honestly, UV unwrapping is like everybody's nightmare. But I think we're doing good. I'm gonna isolate this real quick and just look at this. Because there's only one seam, right? So if I hit all of it and I hit U and I hit unwrap, it like does it different every time. Smart UV project. Nope, this is not what we want. Cube projection. Honestly, cube projecting looks the best, but let's go back to what we were doing. Let's just select the face and hopefully that's in a circle. Unwrap. It is. And we'll select these. We'll hit unwrap. Oh, it's also in a circle. Nice. Got two circles now. So now over here, we're gonna go to UV pack islands. And I don't know why I didn't pack the islands individually. Pack islands. Oh, the weirdest thing. This is why everybody hates UV unwrapping. Okay, so we're gonna hit L. We're gonna scale this. L. Scale this. Now we got the front and the back faces here. And I'm losing track on which one it is. So let's, if I did pack islands again, that, why doesn't it pack it together? What is this? Oh, there's a face here in the center. That's what's happening. You can't see it, but inside the head, there's a face, right? Yeah, there's a face here. It's so dumb. Okay, so we're gonna erase that face. And now we should be good. I think that's what was messing us up before. And we'll do pack islands by margin. Okay. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna think about this. This is the front. This is the front face. And this is the back face. So we're gonna make the back face super small because we don't care about that. Put that in a corner. And then we're going to select this one. Nope, just select this one. Grab. And then line this up in the corner here. Best we can. Okay, now we're gonna go into paint mode. All right. There we go. And now we got our mirrored texture. That if you guys have that phobia where like there's like a lot of holes, this is basically what's happening. She's a spider. All right. Pretty cool. All right, so the face is unwrapped. And I think I can get my tablet out. I can start drawing the face. And I like that it's mirrored too. So that because it's the tool up here? It is. Cool. All right. Right now it's a 1K texture, I believe. Go to paint systems. I wish it would tell me the size of the texture here. It does not. So anyway, let me take a second here and bring the hair back. Now we got the texture all set up. Now when we start drawing, we could figure out where the stuff is right here. And now that I know that the eyes are way down here, I think I'm gonna fix the face a little bit. So let me undo this, go to object mode, and then we're just gonna fix this by like just giving this a flatter look. This. Let me look from the front here. Okay, that's kind of like to simulate like a flatter face and stuff. Okay. So we'll go to the front. We'll put that down. We'll do this. And then I'm gonna take a second here to plug in my tablet. All right. In the meantime, you'll see me. I'll just yap through this. I have an XP pen. It's a screenless tablet. It's the Deco Pro Medium. I don't know if you can see this, but that's the tablet that I'm going to be working on here. I like using the screenless. I have a screen tablet as well. I'm looking at it right now. But I like using the screenless tablet because your neck starts to hurt when you're looking down at something for so long. This kind of helps mitigate that. All right, so let me unplug this. I'm unplugging my keyboard because that has the power thing that I need. Plug it in my tablet. And go down here. Okay, we plugged in the tablet. Good. Let's put my stuff all in the right place here. Tablet plugged in, keyboard ready to go. Okay. So now we can probably lower this. I don't need to see this anymore. I hope that, right there. I think I have to hold shift. There we go. Shift control. I don't really have to see the 3D view cursor there anymore. I don't think I have to see the grid anymore either. But maybe it's good. Go. We're gonna lower this. We're gonna hit home on both of these. We're gonna zoom in. This. And then we're gonna toggle into the texture painting mode. So toggle paint. And then be good to go here. My pressure is working. So then something I want to do here is gonna map out. My face looks so dumb. You look at it zoomed in. Let me look at it from two different angles. I'm gonna put the 3D viewport here. And we're going to go into rendered. And we'll go through the front. And we'll go through some different angles here. The noggin. The noggin is huge. Okay, we're going to take out the header here. We'll take out the header here. And then we definitely need the reference, the original reference here. So let's bring that up. It'll be in the image editor. All right. Oh, I think I ruined the texture painting. Oh, I can't look at the reference while I ruined the texture painting. Uh-oh. That's not good. Okay, hold on. Let's do this again. Let's rewind. Let's go back, back. We're here. Okay. So I'm gonna just put this into a 3D viewport instead. 3D viewport. And we're gonna take off the header. Bring that down. We're gonna get out of texture paint mode real quick. Can we unisolate this? Go. Oh man, so many steps. Okay, and then let me find that picture here so I can bring it in as a reference. 1 second here. I could just drag it in, right? That extra. So we're gonna bring this into a rendered view. And we're gonna also bring that back. So let's select this. Let's take off everything except extras. We're gonna make sure that this is rotated the correct way. We'll hit Alt R. Rotate on the X like that. We'll look at it like this. We'll take rid of the header. Okay. Looks so dumb. All right, let's see if we can texture paint. This may not end up well, and I'm getting near the end of my stream here, so I'll probably continue this tomorrow. But let's see what we could do here. If I do this and I isolate it, oh good. Thing, the toggle paint, put it erase this, and then we'll use some colors here. So can I pick this color here? Pick the bright color. It picked blue. I don't think it sees this picture. Yeah, it definitely doesn't see this picture. All right, we're just gonna have to eyeball it. All right, let's see how we can do this. Hold Shift, Scroll. Can we do it? Do we have the steam? This is more like a chibi character. I think I'm gonna draw like bigger eyes. We're gonna try and keep it same here. I'm gonna put the stroke and put stabilized stroke. We're dragging it. Like we have a little, what do you call? Can I just hold shift though? Oh, I can. Oh, but it's like erasing. Oh, it's blurred. If I hold this, okay. I thought that was like a shortcut key to like do a stabilized stroke for like one stroke. Apparently not. All right. See if we could do it. It's not gonna look exactly like it, but we're just playing around for right now. Why wouldn't the fill work in the way that I think it would work? In the fill. Stroke. Advanced fill. Affect alpha. We don't affect. I won't do anything. Texture paint. So I guess it just doesn't work that way, huh? Definitely cut off. Anyway, we'll continue. We'll take off the stroke. Can we that here? Okay, we'll take off the stroke for right now. And we'll just fill it in natural style. So like I was saying, probably doing this in Blender a little bit harder. Like this is not necessarily like a texture painting. How do I say this? It's not. I think the texture painting aspect of Blender is like not as developed as the rest of the Blender stuff. So, you know, our results may vary here. But let's see what we end up getting. Right? Uh, got that. All right, we'll bring back the stroke. There's something I don't like about this stroke. I don't like it that it goes so thin, so we're gonna bring this bar up so when I just slightly press it, it won't turn into like this super thin thing or whatever. Super thin stroke. You know, and honestly, I'll probably map this all out on here, and then I'll just take it to Krita and then like actually paint it better. Krita's like a wonderful program. I just got like it finally all clicked. Like Krita, I've been using it for a little bit, and I know how to use it now. I think it takes a long time for me to like learn a software sometimes. Not like a long time like I suck or like I'm dumb. It's like I think for anybody, but for me, like I can't be left wondering. So when I'm like learning a new software, I have to like try out every single thing to like weed out all the things that I'm like, okay, I don't need that. Okay, I don't need that. Okay, I don't like that. Um, but yeah, I don't know what I'm saying right now. Let's do this. Let's be a little bigger. Instead of that, let's choose the same color. So let's color pick this. And then under blend, let's change it to multiply. All right. So that's not working the way that I think it would. Happens on here. I think it's because it's not blending in with the solid color from the paint systems. Right? Like if we hit multiply in this, do anything. It does. Regardless, we will go back to our tool. We'll change normal. Did darken work? To only work on the pixels that it creates. Okay, so we'll do mix, and we'll just do a little down to the right, darken it a bit, and we'll add that. So do there. We'll bring this back down. So I'll get that thin stroke again. I'll try to do that. Okay. Off here. Oh, let me do this. I'm gonna right click on stabilize stroke and I'm gonna put, can I put it as my shortcut key? Come on. Usually you can put this as like a quick, what's it called? A quick item. Assign shortcut? Bro, you could do it with everything else. Let's see, right click. Yeah, add to quick favorites is what I want to do right now. I wonder if I have to do it in here. So let me look for it. Let me dig through. I should be able to do it up there though, but stroke, stabilize stroke, right click, and it doesn't do it. I can't set that as like a quick favorite. That's silly. That's silly, Blender. You can add everything else as a quick stroke or as a favorite. So your favorites are in your queue. So you hit Q, and then like if I were to right click on this mirror and I click add to quick favorites, now if I hit Q, you'll see the X symmetry gets turned on. Like I should be able to do that with this button, but that's a dumb. But that's fine. We'll just keep the stroke here. There we go. Okay. We'll do that. We'll turn it on. Spin it. Maybe we'll take the symmetry off. We'll erase. Put the symmetry. Nope. Keep the symmetry off. Right, and then I don't think she has. Oh, she has like pink lips. So we will choose the purple. We will get over to the pink, brighten it up a little bit. And then added this symmetry. We will bring down the string. We're gonna make her happy look, right? These lips might be a little much. Maybe we should just make it a line. Like a normal anime. I think that's way too low. Let's see what my reference is. What does the reference have? It's just a line. We're just gonna do a line. I'm overcomplicating this. So we will erase all this. We will Control Shift X. Nope. Here, Control Shift X. Control Shift X. There we go. Oh man, I definitely just want to do this in Krita. But let's do some painting here. I want to use mask, but I have not. I'm scared to start using the mask here because, like, I don't think it's like it's mask related to the face, parts of the mesh. So anyway, let's see about Control Shift X. I don't think these eyes look good. I'm gonna need some practice. They look a little too big. I wish I can like easily, like, let's say if I go to the UV map here, hold on. She looks like an alien, like just straight up an alien. We go to the UV editor and we go to UV editing mode. That's not what I meant to do. Oh, it's upside down. If I grabbed this and I made it, I selected this, put this, cursor selected, L, okay. It's getting warped. This is looking so weird. Looking so weird. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it for today very soon because she's looking like a Giga Chad. All right, let's go try this again. Toggle paint. We're gonna erase everything. Know that we have to be a little higher. I think we have to fix the think there has to be like a stylization. I gotta do some sketches for this. Figure out what we're doing here. Too big. Like it's going off way to the side, so let's do it smaller. Center. Rounder. Bigger. He looks like Ditto. He's like, I'm Ditto. Hello. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a little study in here to make sure we're doing this correctly. I think our head's a little too wide. Oh, there's so much fixing we're gonna have to do. But at least we got this far. We got pretty far today. Like, pretty far. Definitely doing something wrong here. He's sexy, spooky. He's tired, spooky. He's a cat. Meow. Yeah, I may even do this offline so I could just paint on the stream and it's not like a hassle. I'll UV unwrap everything offline and set this up a little better. I think it's also some of it's also like the UV unwrapping. Like, let's actually do this. Let me unwrap this again and then give up. So we're gonna isolate this. We'll go to front view. We'll hit this. We'll do unwrap and we'll do it from projected view like this. We'll bring this up here to a corner and let's see what'll happen now. We'll isolate this. No, don't isolate this. Do that. Go to paint systems, toggle paint view. All right, let's see. Okay, projecting it from view works a little better. Yeah, that works a lot better. Like I can already tell it's not being distorted. I just gotta figure out a place to put it here. We're just testing stuff out right now. How come the fill doesn't work? Please work. Why doesn't it work? It doesn't make any sense. Girl, her neck has a tattoo of her face. Okay, so projecting from views is the key. And then fixing this head, I think we need to fix this noggin of hers. Like, I think her side here is sticking out a little too much, right? Like right here. Isolate this. Like, sorry. I think probably both of these need to scale back. Maybe even the forehead. Okay. I think we're gonna continue texturing this tomorrow. I'm gonna UV unwrap it offline, just so it's all done, and then we could just do the painting stuff. Let me erase all this so we could start somewhere good. Let me hit save. Do this. Erase it. Do this. Let me set this up for a thumbnail. Let me get out of texture paint mode. Go. Cool. And hit save. Make sure it's all good. Okay. All right. So thank you everybody for joining me today on this live stream. It took what I've been on here for like 3.5 hours. We got a lot of the way through. As you see, like we got the head down, which I think I have to fix a little more. We got the hair. We got the little hands grabbing the space buns. We got the jacket, no hood though. We got the shirt, and we even got the sick Crocs at the bottom here. So that's like looking pretty good. And then we will continue. Is this for making animation? Razer TI? Yes and no. I'm doing this for a VTuber, and yeah, I guess I am animating it, and it'll be for like their emotes and stuff like that. So it'll be like a little 2D low poly emote type thing. But really it's to learn the process of making this low poly art and texturing and doing all that stuff. It just takes a lot of practice here. So anywho, thank you guys for joining me. Like I said, we made it a long way here to make this 2D poly thing. We will continue tomorrow at the same time, 6 p.m. Eastern. We will be texture painting. I will UV map it beforehand. We will do fun stuff, and we'll continue the process of finishing this little cute character here. I appreciate everybody who's watching. Please like and subscribe, I beg of you. At least like, throw me a comment or something. I hope everybody has a wonderful day, a wonderful night, a wonderful evening, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. Have a good one. Take care. Bye bye.